story a day, changing our world through storytelling. The new me. Fachi wondered why Obrimpong was always favored among the lot. Every teacher in the school liked Obrimpong. Fachi thought his name did the trick because Obrimpong means man of honor, authority, influential, and power. Someone who is respected in the community. Fachi paused for a moment and decided to be friends with Obrimpong to get to know the reason why his name is always associated with good things. The bell rang for break. The pupils left their various classes to take their snacks and play. Fachi spotted Obrimpong under the shed and he wanted to approach him, but stood at a distance and observed him. He saw Obrimpong take a handkerchief to wipe the sweat off his face while he cleaned his sweat with his shirt. Fachi began to admire Obrimpong. He realized Obrimpong was a fine gentleman. For days, Fachi kept stalking Obrimpong, watching his every move and action. After assembly one morning, Fachi gathered the courage to ask Obrimpong to help him with his science practical. Obrimpong did not hesitate to offer Fachi the assistance he needed. They became very good friends. Obrimpong noticed that Fachi had an unpleasant body odor and looked for an opportune time to tell him in a way that would not offend him. Mrs. Century came to class that day and announced that Obrimpong had been nominated to attend the Youth Parliamentary Conference. She was about to mention the name of the second person who was to accompany Obrimpong to the conference when the head teacher sent for her. Obrimpong thought it was a fine opportunity to plead with Mrs. Century to allow Fachi attend the conference with him, which was due in 3 weeks. Obrimpong went looking for Mrs. Century in the staff common room, but was told she had gone to town with the matron. At closing, Fachi met Obrimpong and told him he wished he could attend the conference too. Obrimpong knew the time was right for him to have that conversation with Fachi. He sat on the chair and asked Fachi to do the same. Obrimpong said, "Fachi, representing the school means a lot. Your appearance speaks volumes about you without you uttering a word. You do not need new clothes. You just have to wash the old ones you have and iron them well. We sweat a lot, which is normal, but if we do not take our bath regularly, we will develop unpleasant body odor. Whenever we smile, we show our teeth. Brushing our teeth twice daily is in order to prevent cavities and also have fresh breath. You can use lime and ash to smear your armpits some 5 minutes before taking your bath to take away the body odor. We need to keep our fingernails short and also keep our hair short too. These things helps us to step out in confidence. Fachi nodded in agreement and finally got to know the reason why Obrimpong was favored. Fachi, on reaching home, reflected deeply on all that his friend said. He noticed that all that he heard was nothing new, just that he failed to practice them. He went in search of lime and got some ashes from the coal pot and smeared it on his armpit before taking his bath that evening. He gathered his clothes the next day and washed them thoroughly. He also dried his school shoes in the sun. Fachi trimmed his nails and hair and ironed his clothes in preparation for school on Monday. Obrimpong was amazed to see his friend looking good and hoped that it would continue. Mrs. Century had a lesson with them, and then she remembered that she had to pick an extra person for the conference. Fachi entered the class, and Mrs. Century was impressed with his new look. She asked Fachi if he was celebrating his birthday. Fachi smiled and said, "No, Mrs. Century, please, this is the new me." His friends burst out with laughter. Mrs. Century said to Fachi, "You are joining Obrimpong to represent the school at the conference." Fachi took in a deep breath and smiled. He said to himself, "Simple things do the trick." My dear friends, personal hygiene is important. It doesn't just make us healthy, but makes us confident. Do not forget to subscribe, like, and share. Your comments are also appreciated. A story a day, changing our world through storytelling.